Good morning and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining in as always. And today we are reading Mama, Mama, Do You Know What I Like? And this one is written by Justine Villanueva and illustrated by Andrew Rogers. Good morning to you and welcome to Story Time. I hope you're ready for this one. Yes, indeed, today all that mama's love in the house. Thank you so much for joining in today and I am glad you're here. And remember too that the Social Justice Holiday Book Fair is upon us. It's here tomorrow 10:30 until 1:30 Pacific time. Please do join in and see what we have available for you and see all those amazing creators and their amazing creations. Thank you so much for joining in. And of course, Justine Villanueva will be there and author of this book and many other books that we've read this week. So do check out the lineup that we had for you. All those books will be available at the Social Justice Holiday Book Fair. So please, if you can, spare a minute, join in and see all the independent authors, independent publishers that are working at this in the Bay Area. Thank you so much for joining in. Amazing work awaits for you. And how are you today? Thank you for joining in. I hope you're staying warm and cozy where you are. Thank you so much for joining in. And I am happy to share this one today. Mama, do you know what I like? And it is written by Justine Villanueva and illustrated by Andrew Rogers. I am excited to share this one. Thank you so much for joining in today. Please, as always, let us know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you. Happy Friday to each and every one of you out there. Thank you so much. And of course, Madalena, Ian, and Tudor, the first in the door. How are you today? Thank you so much for joining in. Appreciate you. Happy Friday to you indeed, right next door in San Francisco. Good morning to you. Chriselle, Rocco, and Clay, how are you doing today? And Rocky, oh my goodness, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining in. The more the merrier. I am so glad you're here. Thank you for joining us today. Wow, this is amazing. Clay, Rocco, Chriselle, and Rocky out in Long Beach, California. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Friday to you. Well, Dad, I am so glad, Rocky, that you're spending part of your off day with us. Thank you so much for joining in. Appreciate it. And Chriselle, unfortunately, I will not be able to read the language in here, but I will be sending this one to you. So please, so you can tell me if it's any of the languages that you speak. But thank you so much for joining in today. Appreciate it. Thank you. Good morning to you, Amanda West in Illinois, and of course joining in as always with Sarah and Nathan. How are you doing today? And you say we're excited about the book fair tomorrow. Well, yes indeed. Let's get excited. Be excited. I am very excited as well. The Social Justice Holiday Book Fair is happening tomorrow. Yes, and it will be right here on the Storytime platform. So do join in tomorrow and see what all the excitement is about. Thank you so much for joining in. Sharon Lungo and Soraya right here in Oakland. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining in. I am glad you are here. All right, and Ellen Edwards in Chicago. You're saying cloudy Chicago. How are you doing today? Great to see you here. Thank you so much. Happy Friday to you. And Sonia Abrantes and João Tiago out in Portugal. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining in. I am glad you could join us for this beautiful story. Mama, do you know what I like? Yes, indeed. Kamaria Lofton, good morning to you. How are you doing? Patrick, how are you? Thank you so much for joining in. And Kaya, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am glad you are here. And if you hear that name, Kamaria Lofton, well, she brought us this book on Monday, and it will be available through the Social Justice Holiday Book Fair. So do check that one out. A beautiful story about Oakland. Thank you so much, Kamaria, for joining us this morning. Isabel, good morning to you. Leon and Mateo, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining in. Crisel, you say I speak Filipino Tagalog. I'll read it for you. Oh, that will be awesome. Yes. No, contract signed right here, Crisel. It does say that this one has with Bisaya and Filipino translation. So that will be awesome. Thank you. I will be in touch for sure. Mateo and Leon, one more time. Good morning to you. And of course, good morning, Levi and Lisa in Oakland. How are you doing right here in Oaktown? Thank you so much for joining in. Kamaria Lafton, thank you for the update. Appreciate it. Levi and Lisa, I hope you get to enjoy this beautiful book today. Thank you so much. Jade and Ava Scarlett joining us as always. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Well, let us get started with this book that we have for you today. And this one is called Mama, Mama, Do You Know What I Like? And this one is written by Justine Villanueva and illustrated by Andrew Rogers. And of course, it is published by Sawaga River Press. Sawaga River Press. And as always, we appreciate all the authors and creators that have allowed us to share great material right here on Storytime. All right, well, here we go. Mama, Mama, do you know what I like? Mama, Mama, do you know what I like? Tell me, Charlie, I want to know. Yes, we all want to know, Charlie. Early in the morning, I like to watch the garbage truck eat his breakfast from the cans. I am sure he doesn't like oats with mangoes as much as you do. What else do you like? Charlie? On my way to school, I like to race with the crows, squirrels, and the neighbor's cat. I like that too. At school with my friends, I like to fight bad guys and aliens from outer space. That sounds like fun. I also like to dig and dig. You work so hard. And dig. You work so hard. You must be hungry by noon. What do you like to eat? What do you like to eat? For lunch, I like to eat rice with sinigang. Yum! And I hope I say that correctly, with sinigang. I like sinigang too. What do you like to do in the afternoon? During quiet time, I like to build castles and zoos and farms. Oh. And when I'm done, I like to knock them all down. After quiet time, I like to go outside and find giant trees to climb. When the sky turns orange and pink and purple, I like to wave goodbye to the sun. What a very active day. At night, what do you like to do? I like to call Lolo and Lola and tell them, I miss you very much. They tell me they miss me too. I like to save Jack from the mighty Bakunawa. That's what being a big brother is all about. I like to read 3 books with Jack and Papa before going to bed. Thank you for sharing, Charlie. I am going to write all this down. I like lots of things, but do you know what I really like in the whole wide world? You, Mama. The end. Ah. Beautiful story, beautiful story indeed. And of course, there's some Filipino translation on the back for those of us that will need it for sure. But Chriselle, we have you as well to help us on the way. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. A big shout out to you, Rocky. Thank you so much for joining us. I am glad you spent part of your day, your off day with us. Rocco and Clay, as always, appreciate you. And to everybody that joined in, I hope you enjoyed that book by by Justine Villanueva, and it's illustrated by Andrew Rogers, and it's called Mama, Do You Know What I Like? Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. What do you like? And of course, we heard from Charlie there that the most that he loves is his mama, of course. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope that story leaves your heart warm and gentle and kind and just feeling good, because it does just that for me. And I hope you have a very good weekend. But of course, we have 3 hours together tomorrow for the Social Justice Holiday Book Fair. Please join in. Even if it's for 5 minutes, join in and see what all this excitement is about. Great books in store, including this one right here. Thank you so much for joining in. But of course, remember that you can find these books at your local library as well. Please do check them out, and also see where you can get yourself a personal copy right below in the links. Thank you so much for joining in today. Let us see who else was enjoying that story with us today. Thank you so much for joining in. Sonia Abrantes and of course João Tiago in Portugal. Thank you so much for joining us today. Good to see you here. It has been a minute. I am glad you're here, and I hope you've been able to catch us afterwards with the recordings. Camaria Lofton, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you, and looking forward to tomorrow as well. Thank you so much. And of course, this week we were celebrating all books, all the creators and authors that are associated with the Social Justice Holiday Book Fair. And we've had a great lineup. And finishing off today with Mama, Do You Know What I Like? Books. And of course, you, Mama. Thank you so much, Isabel and Mateo and Leon, for joining us. Thank you so much. Chriselle, Rocky, Rocco, and Clay, thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Happy Friday today. I hope you get to enjoy the rest of it. Kamaria Lofton one more time. Levi and Lisa, thank you so much for joining in. Jade and Ava Scarlett, thank you so much for joining in. Have yourself a beautiful afternoon where you are. Laura Atkins, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining in, and I am glad you joined us for that great book indeed, and I look forward to tomorrow. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for joining in. And Chriselle, yes, a pat on the back for myself. Thank you. I am glad to hear I got that correctly. You say sinigang is a sour soup we eat with rice. Oh, yum. That does sound delicious. Thank you so much for sharing. Harmony Beth, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining in today. I hope you enjoyed that beautiful story. And please do join us tomorrow for the Social Justice Holiday Book Fair, happening 10:30 to 1:30 right here on the Storytime platforms. Do join us and check out the Storytime platforms for all the details on that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Kisses right back at you all the way out in Portugal. Thank you so much, Sonia Abrantes, and of course, João Tiago. Have yourselves a beautiful weekend as well. Thank you so much. Happy Friday to you, Harmony Beth. You say happy Friday to everybody, and indeed, busy but fun weekend. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much for joining in. Sheba Chanda joining us all the way out in Avondale, Zambia. Thank you so much for joining in. Lusaka, Zambia in the house. I appreciate you. Thank you. Have yourself a beautiful evening out there. Sarah Black, Sam Black, and Iris and Zola. Good to see you here. Thank you so much for catching us live today. I know you've been joining in afterwards. I am so glad you're here. Iris and Zola, good morning to you and of course Sam Black, thank you so much for joining in today. Have yourselves a beautiful day out there. Thank you so much. Samantha Tarby Garcia, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you have yourself a beautiful weekend. But please, friends, remember we're having the Social Justice Holiday Book Fair tomorrow, 1:30 to 10:30 10:30 to 1:30 Pacific time. The other way around. Do join in and see all the fun. We have so many things happening. We have a poet laureate coming. We have readings happening, and we have great activities. So do join in and enjoy for the kids. Lots of fun for the kids. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. It has been great being with you another week together, and I look forward to next week. And next week will be great. Do join in. Look out on Sunday for all the updates. The next week will also be lit, just like this one was. We have lots of great lineup coming up, and on Friday it'll be a big hurrah with the Tinkering Studio at the Exploratorium. But more to come from that. For now, it is much love from me as always. I appreciate this is the highlight of my day, coming here and sharing stories with each and every one of you, and of course seeing your beautiful names pop up and we get to say hello to each other. Have yourselves a beautiful weekend, beautiful Saturday. Enjoy this Friday. Rocky, I know you're off today. Enjoy it. I hope you can enjoy some good singer or some good stuff around. Just enjoy it and have yourself a beautiful day. Thank you, everybody. Much love from me. I will see you in the morning. Yes, in the morning we are back for the Social Justice Holiday Book Fair. And if you missed that one, please do join us on Monday morning when we're back with more exciting stories. All right, bye-bye. Thank you so much for joining in. Oh, before we go, Temwani and Kondwani joining in on Zambian time. Thank you so much for joining in. Lerato Chisomo, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining in. At least we caught you right before we cut off. Happy Friday to each and every one of you. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.